Ketli and I will be asking each other, or you will be the examiner?
Yeah, I can act as an examiner, but it's up to you guys if you wanna play like, okay, I'm the examiner. I feel like it. I feel like I wanna be an examiner today. So I'll just leave you, and I can just listen and try to write down the whatever that I notice. For example, some words or vocabulary that you need to improve pronunciation. But it's all up to you. I can also do like participate.
Okay. Ketli, how do you prefer?
Well, I think, ma'am, you can listen to our conversation and note down the feedback for each of us.
Okay.
That would be better. Like in the end, you can share our feedback.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Okay.
The things you mentioned, like you will check the vocabulary and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ketli, you want to open this website at your end, or should I just keep sharing my screen?
This is also fine. You can keep sharing the slides, and maybe I can ask, and then in your turn you can ask.
Okay.
Maybe we can do this. We can have your interview first. Means all the parts 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then mine. Is it okay? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine with it.
Or maybe first part with both of us, and then second we'll go to second part, and then third part.
No, I think
What
we
do you say?
should take it as an exam, and we should complete all the parts. Yeah.
Yes. So that we'll have a feel of exam.
Yeah.
As if like we are going through all the parts one after other.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So Jetri, I think if you want to go first, I will start there.
Yeah, I'll go. No problem.
Okay. Okay then. Are you ready with a pen and pencil, or maybe something in your hand? Okay.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So is this part 1 or part 2?
Ma'am, we are taking a full test, part 1, part 2, part 3.
Okay.
Basically, you want to have a feeling of the exam.
Okie dokie. So are you timing it? Like, are you ready with your timer for part 2? Just in case.
Yes. I have my cell phone in my hand where I'm using my stopwatch.
Okay. All right. Let me just set my timer, because I wanna set to 15 minutes, because the whole thing is it would take 15 minutes. So I'll see if you can do that within 15 minutes. Part 1, part 2, and part 3. Okie dokie.
Yes.
Ma'am, ideally we have 20 minutes left for our regular session. So if you would allow us for today itself, only for today, if we can skip few of the part 1 questions and move to part 2, because
just continue, don't worry, just continue. We have time. 20 minutes.
Fine.
It's enough. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Jackie, then I'll start.
Yeah. Okay.
I will not introduce myself as an examiner. I'll directly jump to the questions to save the time.
Sure.
So your question starts here. Are you a student or do you work now?
Well, I work now. I do work now. And I work with a skin clinic.
Mm-hmm.
I work with a skin clinic as a manager.
Why did you choose this course or a job?
I did choose this field because it was of my interest, and I had chosen skin subjects in my post graduation, and then I got interest in those subjects and made it a career with a skin clinic. I started with a skin clinic initially and carried it till now.
Is there anything about your course job would you like to change?
Well, I think I am quite satisfied with my field and the job because I like consulting job where I can interact with people. So this is a profession which allows me to do these kind of thing. Plus, like I like working on machines and laser technologies. So this work also allows me to work technically. I mean,
Okay.
like I handle both consulting work and technical work. So I
Okay.
really enjoy these kind of work here.
Okay. Uh, Now I'll talk about something related to shopping. What type of shopping do you like?
Well, to be honest, I'm not very fond of shopping. Like people like shopping these days. But sometimes, like when it is some festival time or maybe some party outside or inside my home, then definitely I consider shopping. And like it depends, if it is a festival, then I would like to shop
Okay.
beautiful dresses.
Okay. Let's go to the next question. Is shopping a popular activity in your country?
Yes, definitely. It's a very popular thing in my country, and people do shopping in each and every occasion, whether it is a festival or any kind of occasion.
Okay. What type of shops do teenagers like best in your country?
Well, it depends on the choice of teenagers. Most of the teenagers like to go for the shops where they can do shopping of their dresses and trendy dresses. They will consider the shopping malls or the shopping complexes where they can buy trendy dresses of their
Okay.
choice.
Okay. Let's move to the next topic, which is films. Let me ask you first question. How often do you go to cinema?
Not very frequent, I would say. Uh, I I usually go like once in 3 4 months types when I want to have relaxed time with my family, where when I can relax fully away from my work.
Mhm. What type of
Uh,
films do you like the best?
I prefer all kinds of, as I'm from India, so I like Bollywood movies plus Hollywood movies as well.
Okay. What type of films you don't like?
I don't like films which are very sad. I mean, sad romantic movies, which actually fills my heart with pain and sorrow. So that kind of movies I
Okay.
don't really enjoy
Thank you.
watching.
Here I finished my part one. Now let's move to part two. I'll give you a cue card. You will have 1 minute to prepare your topic, and then you have to speak about it for 2 minutes. Your topic is describe an important event in your life.
Shall I write or I can see
Ah,
from here?
yes, you can see on the screen. And
Okay.
supporting questions are when it happened, who you were with, and what happened. So you can see it on the screen. You have 1 minute from now to prepare your topic. I'm starting my timer now. So 1, 2, 3, go.
What's going on?
Ma'am, I'm counting the timer.
Oh, okay, the 1 minute. Okay.
For one. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, Jetli, time up.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about a very important event that happened in my life. Although there were many important and special moments in my life which were very important, although, but here I'll speak about my birth of my baby. She is the first kid, and she was born in 2018 here in Melbourne, and here I was. Means all the family members were present at that time, and I gave birth to her in a hospital where I was with my husband, and I couldn't forget that day. That was so special for me, where we have been asked by the doctor to come a day before her birth to get hospitalized, and though it was so scary and horrible day when I got a lot of torture on my body, but yes, finally, I delivered a cute little baby girl, who filled my heart with pride and joy. And that moment made me so lucky and happy, and when I hold her in my arms, it made me so special. And doctors, yes.
Thank you. Let's directly move to part 3. Your first question.
Okay, girls, let me just interrupt for a bit. So when we get cut off, we can go back. We can go back because I'm sure Arti would not be able to do her part because it's only we have only 6 minutes left. We can go back, and I can just move the time when I start my speaking practice.
Okay, so ma'am, shall we take the next topic for me?
Yes, and then after when we get cut off, we will come back. Okay, is that okay for you guys?
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Jetli, so this is your for me.
Okay. Thank you.
You still have Jetli still have the part 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Jetli, you can start, and please keep a watch on your stop clock.
Okay, let me just hold it.
Guys, you don't stop after part 2. The examiner would continue. Okay, that's the end of your part 2, and then let's go to part 3.
Yes.
Okay, so this is you have the slides running at your end, Arti?
Can you see my screen? I've opened my text.
Yes. So this is part 1, right? So I have to directly start with part 2.
Ma'am, do you say that part?
What?
More, bros. More. Okay, more. I don't see. It's still in the bottom. Okay, there. Okay, I see it.
So we have, ma'am, we should start with part 2 and part 3 for my son?
No, for Jetli, and then when we get cut off, we come back, log in again. For you.
For me.
For you, yes.
Okay. Okay, then I think I should go back to her test itself because it's all.
Yeah, part 3.
Okay, then Jetli, you continue.
Okay.
Okay. So your part 3 questions are: what days are important in your country?
I don't have any idea about part 3. Means, is it we'll be having some time to think about it and then speak, or it's the direct question?
Direct question.
No,
direct question.
You will not get time to think about it.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay,
Okay.
it's fine. Then you can start. I'll answer.
Okay, then I'll pose the question again. What days are important in your country?
Many days are important in my country, like the public holidays or the gazetted holidays, which are very important for the government, as they play an important body in the is as it's very important body in the functioning of whole country.
Okay.
So for the country, like the gazetted holidays which I mentioned are like Independence Day, and then uh, festivals like main festivals like Diwali, Holi, and Republic Day. So these kind of days are, I think, very important for the country.
Okay, all right. Let's move to the next question. Why it is important to have national celebrations?
Well, I would definitely say that national celebrations are very important for country because in the celebrations or with the national celebrations, people get more closer with the nations as they all celebrate the national festivals together. It is very important for the nation's integrity and sovereignty,
Okay.
where all people can enjoy the same feeling and
Okay.
emotions.
Okay, next question. How is the way your national celebrations are celebrated now different from the way they were celebrated in the past?
Okay, I would say there is not a big difference in the way national celebrations were celebrated earlier in the past and they are celebrated nowadays, because they are the national celebrations where also government body plays a major role. So from their part, the national celebration is the same like it used to happen earlier in the past. But
Okay.
I would say it differs on the part of citizens of the country, where I think in the past they used to enjoy national celebrations much more as compared to celebrations nowadays.
Oh, all right. Are there any celebrations from other countries that you celebrate in your countries?
Yes, definitely. There are 2 to 3 celebrations that our country celebrates, which are celebrated outside the country, like the Christmas and the New Year. Well, I'll say New Year celebrations are there and were there in the past also in our country. But I would say that period between the Christmas and the New Year becomes a major celebration for people where people can enjoy festival
Thank.
time for a longer period.
Okay, thank you. Last question. What was the benefit of having events that many people around the world are celebrating on the same day?
Yes, the big benefit of the thing that of the events which are celebrated globally on the same day, as they will share the same feelings and emotions, and I would say the enjoyment throughout the world. And they will have their holidays on the same period, and I think they will share the same feeling. The people will share the same feeling globally.
All right. So thank you, Jet Li. This is the end of your speaking test, and thanks. Mom, you're
Thank
done.
you.
Okay, we still have time. So now it's your turn, Jet Li, to to give the questions, part one
Now you
first.
can share my feedback and maybe like I'll finish up and then we can start with
Okay,
third
so
one.
it would just be very quick because we're gonna be stopped. We're gonna be cut off soon. Okay, so
Okay.
feedback for part one. When you were asked why did you choose this job, and then you said,
No, we started with part two.
huh?
No, for you we started part one, part two, part three. Jackie, you have done
Part
all
one
the three
also.
parts.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay.
So your part one, you were asked by Arti, why did you choose this job? And
Okay, okay, yeah.
something that
Shopping.
no, it's not shopping. It's about your clinic job in the clinic, skincare, something. And there was this thing you said about got interesting. Did you say got interesting or got interested?
I think got interested. I think I said
Okay,
so.
because I thought like I could hear like interesting. Because when you say got or get, I get interested. It should be interested. It should be past participle verb.
Okay.
Okay, so got interested and carry something like you carry on with your job. I think we will listen to the recording again. I think you should say
Okay.
keep. I should keep. That's why I keep this job. Something like that. Instead of that, that's why I carry on with this job. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so now
Okay.
about the change. I don't know what was the question, but you see that with feel, something like with feel. So I think that word there is not supposed to be feel.
Mm.
So I'll listen to the recording again. And then the number four question is about shopping. Okay, this is for both of you, Jetli and Arti. You
Mm-hmm.
have to practice the pronunciation of W. Like when you say well, you tend to say well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yes.
it's W. It's your mouth is round when you say well. Well. It's not like V. It's not vel. So it's
Yes.
like well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you said definitely, I like it, Jet Li. It's very natural when you say yes, definitely. You are a good user of that expression. It's not like forced. It's not like just, like want to copy to say definitely. So that's really good. You are good with that. And then is shopping popular? And then teenagers. And about teenagers, you said the dresses. I think you said dresses 3 times, which is that
Yeah.
was correct.
Yes.
But if just think that if you need to use the same word again, it's better to
Mm-hmm.
use the synonym. So instead of dress,
Appearance.
you say outfit. The next
Outfits.
time you
Okay.
mention, then you say outfit, and then the next time you want to use the same, like instead of dresses, instead of outfit, you say clothes.
Right. Right.
So that
Yes.
for the 3 times you are using the meaning,
Dresses.
yeah, it means the same, but you don't keep using one word the same word. Okay,
Correct.
that's just a
Yep.
tip for both of you. So then you talked about cinema, and again I wanna encourage you guys to practice your W instead of away. You should say away, not away, because I can hear some V there instead of W. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
away. It's not away. Okay.
Okay.
So type of movies, I really like your answers there, Jet Li, about like romantic and crying, and that was really good. It was you can make a picture in the head of the examiner what you were talking about. It's really good. So now when you describe just tips, you describe the event so well, but I think it would make really more interesting if you mention the year and the date and the month because it was the birth of your child. Normally,
I mentioned.
Did you?
I mentioned 2018.
Oh, okay. 2018. Did you say also the date and the month? Because I maybe
No,
I wasn't.
not date and month.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So
Left
you can
that.
include like it's different because it's the birth. If it's just like
Okay.
something not too important, then you just you just say the year and that's it. But because birth is a very important event in your life, birth of your
Okay.
child, even your own birth, right? Nobody would
Yeah.
forget your own birth. It's
Makes
it's
sense.
very
Yes.
okay. So and the name of the baby too. It would be nice to because then it gets more intimate when you talk about your baby's birth and then we name her this name. It's with pretty name and da da da. Okay, doke. So
Sure.
part 3. When you say about integrity and sovereignty. So when you mention this, these are big words, Jet Li, and this is for both of you. So when you mention big words, try to give example what you mean about integrity. So we're gonna be cut off soon, I think. So it's better if you mention this. Well, it's really good when you mention these words, but it's more really meaningful if you can give an example why you mentioned those words. Okay?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. So national celebration, and I don't know because in this case, I would suggest that when you mention about national celebration, you have to give an example. Can you think of an example? Me, I can think of an example that we celebrate in the Philippines. I would say, National Heroes Day. And we always remember this, our hero in the past. And so we kind of like remember the history of our country because of this hero. We celebrate every year.
Okay.
Like maybe you can give an example, just one example, it would be and then because it's always important to give examples, especially in part 3, because you remember the ore, opinion, reason, and example. So that's the best way to go. All right, and then celebrations from another country, it was good you mentioned about Christmas, I think that was. And then again the world. So the world here, I won't because I told you already the W here in this word world. Make sure the D sound in the end, you will really make a sound of it. World.
Okay.
Yeah, can you say it gently? Try.
World.
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 I don't hear the D gently. So this is for both of you. World. D. You say D.
World.
Okay, that's better. World. So you can practice that world. World.
Okay.
World. World. Because it's very important for the examiner to understand what the word. Because the examiner, they are English speakers, like native English speakers. They're not familiar of our accents. Like your country, your people, maybe like Jet Li, Arti, you understand each other, which even if the accent is very strong, you understand that that's what you meant. But for others for the native English speakers, they can't understand what we're saying because they are not familiar of our accent.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's it. I'm wondering we are not cut off. What's happening? We can continue. Okay, continue now. It's your turn, Jet Li, to act as the examiner.
So, ma'am, are you not taking today's regular class?
Yeah.
Or
I'm going to take, but I'll send a message that we will be late for 30 minutes. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Just continue now. I'm gonna text the group.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Shall I go with this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
With this screen? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arti Advani, like I would be asking, I'll directly ask the questions, okay?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's talk about shopping. Do you enjoy shopping?
Yes, I enjoy the shopping most because it is one of my favorite pastime these days. Whenever I feel like boring, I go out and shop few things, maybe not related to anything specific, just window shopping.
Okay. How often do you go shopping and what do you buy?
I usually go shopping on weekends, and I buy groceries and a few of the household things.
Okay. So you prefer to go shopping alone or with other family members or other people?
I prefer to go alone because I do not have people around me when I'm going for shopping. Everybody are busy in their own work, and I know what I tend to buy, so I prefer to go alone.
Okay. Okay, so I'll ask something about the food now. What is your favorite food and why?
My favorite food is traditional Indian food, which I'm eating since my childhood, and I love Indian food because I'm quite habitual about it.
Okay. So what kind of restaurants do you like to eat out at?
We have variety of restaurants in India. I usually go to Indian restaurants, Punjabi restaurants, and sometimes I also prefer to go for Chinese restaurants.
Okay. What would your perfect meal be?
My perfect meal will be a thali, Indian thali, which contains everything like Indian bread, sabzi, rice, and maybe a few of the lentils.
Okay. I would like to talk now about your hobbies. Tell me about any hobby you have.
The hobby that I have is cooking, and it is one of my favorite hobby because I'm cooking since I was in class 9, and I cook variety of food.
Okay. Are there any hobbies you would like to have in the future?
Yes, I would like to have reading as my hobby in future because from quite some time now I have lost my connection to reading, and I know reading will help me to improve few languages along with its vocabulary.
Okay. Do you think hobbies should be relaxing and should they be exciting?
Yes, they should be relaxing and exciting. Otherwise, it can't be your hobby. You will feel bored about it or not attracted to it. It will only attract you if it give you relaxation or makes you exciting about it.
Okay. So that's the end of part one. We'll be moving to part two now. So here's the cue card. Here's the question with some cue cards. You can go with it and take 1 minute to prepare.
Sure. Are you starting
So
now, Arti?
your 1 minute starts now. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Ready to talk now? You can start your answer.
Describe a course
Okay,
you
sure.
have done that you found useful. You should say what you
Recently I
learned,
got an
what
opportunity
you
to
enjoyed about the
learn
course, what
baking,
you didn't
which I was
enjoy.
thinking from a very long time, but I couldn't get time for that because I am busy in my office work most of the time. But during this pandemic, I got a lot of opportunities to learn few of the skills, and I chose baking this time because it was quite fascinating for me from a very long time, and I was thinking that learning it will help me to create my YouTube channel. So finally, I decided to learn this in month of May, where I put in a month to learn this activity. Uh, I started with some of the basic activities like how to prepare a basic cake with a vanilla essence. Slowly, then I moved on creating icing for the cake. Of course, it was difficult for me at first because I've never done it before, and I started collecting all the ingredients for that. And within a span of 15 days, I could make my own icing, which I was using to decorate my cakes. Uh, the, the thing that I enjoyed most about this course is the skills, the creativity it was giving me at the end, and also the colors that I was using to make my cake and different ideas. Now, since it is a generation of spontan, so I also learned spontan cakes. Made few cakes for my family members. It gives me happiness for them, and also allowed me to spend some time with my family after we have a cake ready and eating all together. What I think I did not.
Your time is over. Yeah. Okay, we'll move to part 3 now.
Yes.
Okay, just
Okay, first let's consider your homework. Do you think it is important that children are given homework?
Yes, I think it is definitely important to give homework to students or children, because otherwise they will spend their time watching TV or something on internet which is not useful for them. Or for example, my son, he is always busy watching YouTube videos. I know he's watching something related to science, but it is it is a strain for his eyes if he's extending it for the extended hours.
Okay. How much homework should be given?
While I do not emphasize on giving a lot of homework, but at least some of the topics should be given on the daily basis, maybe maths or something related to English, because it will help them in a very long way. And these are important subjects. Studying it on regular basis will help them in future. For example, in case of my cousin, he used to writing on daily basis.
Okay. Do you think parents should help their children with their homework, or should it be done alone?
Well, I think it depends. If the child is small, maybe less than an age of 6 or 7, then I think parents should help them. Otherwise, if the child is grown up, maybe a age of maybe 10 or 12, then he can do it on his own, because it's good to keep children independent and learn on their own.
Okay. Now we'll discuss the relationship between education and work. So, how important is it to have a university education to get a job in your country?
I think it is most important to have university education, because based on that only you will be getting your career. And if you specialized in any of the area, it will even boost your profile and will land you the best job you can have. Also, for example, if you want to become a doctor, you should have a doctor related degree, maybe a PhD or maybe something related to surgery that will help you to land a best job.
Okay. Does having a degree from another country enhance employment opportunities in your country?
Yes, I think India is a developing country. So if you have an opportunity to go to one of the developed countries and pursue your education, then probably in my country it will have a greater importance, because the education that is given in the foreign countries is far superior than that you get in India.
what impacts do students who have studies abroad have on their country of origin when they come home?
I think it is a great impact on you when you come back to India after your studies, because here you will have numerous opportunities in your hand because of your background in abroad that you had studied, and it will land you the prominent jobs in my country, and it will also give you a big package.
Okay, so thank you. That is the end of your speaking test for us.
Okay, let's do
And
this.
we are done.
Yes, okay. So, part one, you mentioned about.
Oh, ma'am is not there.
Oh, just a moment.
She left.
I'm here.
Oh,
I muted myself. Okay.
No,
For-
you are not visible. Maita Miles, is it you?
yeah, it's
yeah.
me. It's
Oh,
me.
Okay.
OMG, I can't believe this.
This
No,
is
you
me.
were you logged in with Rita Miles. I thought somebody is there from your side also who is joining.
Yeah, like
Maita
Maita is my nickname. So, okay.
Okay.
So for part one, Arti, you mentioned about food. The question is about food. I don't know. I can't remember now. But
I can tell you the question. Question was
number 3.
number 3 was, how would your perfect meal be?
How would your what?
Perfect meal would be.
Oh, okay, perfect meal. All right. Oh, that's okay, not that one. I think it's number no. When you said about habitual, I think you meant about like routine. No, not routine. But you said about habitual about it. You say because it's I'm habitual about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was my first question. What is your favorite food?
yeah. So habitual is not the right word for that. I don't know what was that, but it's just that this word in that sentence is it's kind of weird there. It's not supposed to be there. So I think you should say instead of habitual, I'm used to it. I'm yeah, this is what I always have, something like that. I'm used to it. It's or it's my favorite. And then the perfect meal. So you mentioned about Indian bread, that was really good. But meal is like a complete package. It's not just the main course. Uh, there should be, you should mention also dessert and some drinks.
Okay, yes, I
Yeah,
forgot that.
maybe let's say fruits or, but when you are asked about perfect meal, just like when you are asked what is your perfect day, you don't just mention about morning, you're eating breakfast or something. You have to mention the whole day, right? So
Yes,
from morning
got it.
when you wake up until evening when you are ready to go to bed. So it's the same thing with meal. It should be complete. Your drinks, is it coffee or whatever? Or your perfect meal, is it dinner? Is it lunch? Is it breakfast? And then when you choose breakfast, you have to describe the breakfast. Or this is question number 1, part 1 anyway. So you have to, this is the trick with part 1 because you can't also answer too short and you can't also answer too long. It's just that it's in the middle, and that balance is very very difficult to to do.
Yeah.
So
And that's why I actually made it short. And I think even if I was making it short, I could have mentioned desert over there. So
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
understood.
Yeah, I know. Even me, it's difficult for me to really balance this short, not too short and not too long for part 1. It's just for everybody, I think, for all candidates, that's really the challenge for part 1. Okay, now about the hobby. You said about one of my favorite hobby. So when you say one of the hobby, the hobby there is should be plural. So you should one of my hobbies. So
Oh.
that means you have more than one hobby.
Yeah,
So,
understood.
but then you don't use the favorite for many things because your
Mm.
favorite is only one. It should be only one. When you say favorite, that's only one. You don't have like five favorite things.
Okay,
No,
that
I
makes
mean,
sense.
you don't have like five favorite hobbies. There should be only one of that five that is your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But because you mentioned about one of my, so the hobby there should be plural. So you just kind of like not mention the favorite.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
either you say one of my favorite hobbies or you say my favorite hobby. You get it?
Oh, yeah, got it.
Okay, so then about reading, you said along with vocabulary, I think you mentioned that.
Yeah.
But along, it was really nice. It was nice to hear that you used that one. It sounded very natural when you used that one. But I think the most appropriate word to use there or phrase is like as well as
Okay.
vocabulary. Okay?
As well as
So you
yes.
will hear it in your recording. What did you say? But I can't remember exactly. But I just wrote down the thing that I wanted to point out. So
Mm-hmm.
hobby, and then you say attracted. I think that word too is not supposed to be attracted. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, part two, describe. You said baking. Quite fascinating. That's beautiful. When you use that phrase, it's really nice. Oh, Artie, you have a YouTube channel. It's good that you. I want to remind you guys, I have a YouTube channel, and please subscribe to my
I'm
channel.
already done.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. And make a comment too. Okay, make a
Yes, sure.
comment so that I would see your channel and I can subscribe you back. Okay?
Sorry, it was just a story. I do not have any YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
I think that I'm smart to make a story then.
Like make up
You're like,
stories. So that's good. That's good because it's really important for IELTS. Okay, that's good. Okay, so basic. Gently, if you can also
Yeah.
subscribe to my channel or
Sure.
make
I
a
think I
comment.
have subscribed it already. I'll
Okay.
check it once.
Okay, and
Yeah.
write a comment so that I know that it's not
Okay.
just invisible.
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
Artie, you said basic cake.
Yes.
Basic cake, I think you should say simple cake recipe instead
Oh,
of
yes.
basic cake. I think that's what you meant by when you said basic
Yes,
cake.
yes.
I think you meant simple cake recipe. You should mention the recipe because if you say just simple cake, I don't know, it's just
Mm-hmm.
because here I think because you are talking about baking, so it involves recipe, right?
Right.
Okay, so now the skill, creativity it has given me. I think you should say it enhanced. And this is past because you were asked about a course, what you learned from that course. So it was in the past. So you should say the skill, the creativity, or you shouldn't say the skills, creativity it has given me. No, you should say it enhanced, past tense. The
Yeah.
course enhanced my baking skill and my baking creativity, or just say, don't mention the baking again, you just say creativity. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yes.
number four, it gives me, it allowed me. So these phrases, they kind of like uh, after another, one of this and then after another. So you see the at first you said it gives me. This is in the
Mm-hmm.
present tense, and then the next one you said it allowed me. It's in the past. So, and then like I said, this one is a course in the past that you learned something. So you should just use the past tense, all past tense. It gave me, it allowed me. Okay. I know, like, I make mistakes the same, so don't worry. We just have to be aware to with our tenses, verb tenses. Okay, part 3 homework. I think you had a good answer with the homework there in the first question. And how much homework? And you said you don't encourage a lot, but there should be math and English and used to writing. Okay. You said used to writing. So used to, when you said used to, it should be in the past. You someone did in the past that someone doesn't do anymore at the present.
Right. So
Okay.
what do we use here?
When you say, for example, I used to bake and now I don't bake anymore. So that's the only time you use used to, when you mention also the present.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
So
can I say, or like he does it on daily basis?
yes, you can do that. Does it on a daily basis. So that means it's in the present.
Yeah.
Well, daily basis is like a routine. So you always use present, simple present tense when it's a routine. So daily basis is a routine. So you use does because that's the simple present tense. Okay, now learn on their own about children giving homework. Our parents should be there or not. Okay, do parents should be there? Well, should parents be there? Something like that. Okay, how important? I think you mentioned about most important. When you use most, more and most, are we still on? Okay, it should be in comparison with another. So when you say most important, than, you should say than other things.
Okay.
I think you mentioned about the, I don't know, I can't remember now, but I know you used the most important, but there was no continuation, like you said, than. So when you say more important and most important, the next word should be than.
Right.
Yeah. So that's basic. I know guys, you know that, but because this is not our native language, we really, okay. And the same thing, you use greater importance, so it should be with greater importance than that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so you said the impact. I don't know which word you used about impact. What impacts do students have studies abroad on their country of origin when they come home? So you could start saying it has a tremendous impact or huge impact.
Yes.
You can start like that. So I don't know, I can't remember what exactly word you used there, but I was thinking instead of that word you could use tremendous, huge impact, because or significant impact.
Huge, significant, yes.
Okay, so I think that's about it for now, and I can do my lesson. I have 2 minutes. So are we guys okay now?
Yes, we are. Ma'am and Jetty, I need your email addresses in case I want to send the recording, because I don't know how to send on this one. I need to try. Otherwise, if you can share the email address, then I'll send.
Okay, I will send you in there.
Sure, I'll do. Yeah.
Okay, dokie. Okay, guys.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye bye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
You're
ma'am.
welcome, guys.
Thank you. Bye bye.